bright.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Washington Commanders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Now this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
This is James Robinson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Faking the handoff. Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Gibson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now trying to pick it up on 3rd. That's complete to Turner. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Off play action. It's Howell.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abuka gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
They just gave up a sack there. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Third and long, here's Howell. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fulasade and Milliken. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
Well, the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Penny. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the long. You can now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Throw there, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. The 40, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Robinson up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action with Howell. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
For the 8th play of the drive. Here's Howell. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
How many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Sly able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now it's Watson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The Jaguars at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
And some room to roam now.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. first chance for the backup here to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with ETN.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. A final shot before the break. Watson. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Watson.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Robinson on a give right side. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Here's Howell.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Hand off now to Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Howell down to throw it. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that would be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
A 3rd quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. He's brought down at the 15.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing just about on his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On the give, here's Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the slot man goes in motion left. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's got it down to the 28.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Robinson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy in the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one. Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10.
This is 3rd and 4. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. They'll go again to Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the 50, it's Watson. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. Running out of the gun with ETN.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watson. Screenplay. Here's ETN. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal line.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here's Howell. He's got McLaurin.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards there at a Washington first. To throw.
And his throw is incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this defense has broken it open as they return to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So
on a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesani and the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Jags, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-4.